Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sharon and I'm strongly support this motion. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I stand strongly support of this motion that this house support the rise of social media platform designed for tracking and sharing hobbies such as Goodreads, Strava, and Duolingo is because these platforms represent a turning point in how we engage technology. They transform social media from something toxic and superficial into something constructive and deeply human. They do not exist to feed narcissism or addiction, but they exist to push people toward learning, discipline, connection, and real personal growth. The reason I believe this is that this platform fundamentally redefine the relationship between individual and their habits. For the first time, people can track their progress, share it in publish, and build motivation for genuine social accountability rather than shallow online validation. Traditional hobbies, reading, running, or learning language often fade because they rely solely on self-motivation. But when those some hobbies are reinforced by visible progress and community recognition, they become sustainable. Think about it. When someone posts their reading challenge on Goodreads, they're not showing off. They're reinforcing a promise to themselves. When a runner upload their Strava routes, it's not vanity, it's accountability. When someone keeps a 13-day streak on Duolingo, it's not obsession, it's consistency. Built though positive digital reinforcement, these platforms turn hobby into habit, and habit into identity. And this isn't it just a motivational story. It's backed by hard data. A massive MIT and Stanford study 2017 on 6 million Strava users found that when people connected with newer on the platform, their physical activity increased by 7% and their engagement rose by 70%. That million of people becoming more active simply because of the social activity of the app. Proof that these communities drive real world behavior change. Similarly, the Journal of Medical Internet Research, like the 2020, reported the fitness apps with social media community features had significantly higher long-term user retention and activity level than apps used privately. But this phenomenon extends far beyond fitness. A Duolingo Impact Report 2024 showed that 24.5 million people use the platform daily, with 7.4 saying that its social feather streak, friend college, and leaderboards help them stay consistent in their learning. Meanwhile, Goodreads 2023 statistics reveal the user who publicly track their book reads like 40% more than those who track privately, because community participation builds a cycle of encouragement and accountability. Even academic research support this psychological mechanism. A Frontiers in Psychology 2024 study found that using social media to pervasive engagement, meaning spaces, center of learning of shared goals, has a positive correlation with mental well-being in social connection. This kind of digital environment replaces the anxiety and comparison a traditional platform with encourage learning and real human connection. That's exactly why The Guardian in 2024 described hobby-based social media platform as the antidote to toxic social media. Their article Goodbye Tinder, Hello Strava pointed out the millions of users are leaving platforms like Instagram and X to join community centers around hobby and growth. Because people are tired of chasing life, they want to chase goals. They want to belong to space that make them better, not more anxious. And this leads us to longer larger social media impact, this platform they democratize personal development. You don't need to afford language classes to learn Spanish. You can join Duolingo. You don't need to join elite book club to grow a reader. You can track and share your reading in lists in Goodreads. You don't need to pay for personal trainer to stay active. Strava and Ultrace give you community, motivation, and data for free. This isn't it just confidence. It's equal access to growth. So when we support the rise of this platform, we're not supporting another wave of shadow digital, like such as addiction. No, we're supporting a new form of meaningful, goal-driven social media, one that replaces algorithmic outrage with empathy and improvement, one that shifts our focus from showing off our life to building better lives. In a world where online spaces often erode self-esteem, this platform restore it. In a world obsession with performance, they reward progress, and in time where people feel increasingly disconnected, they offer belonging through shared growth. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at this motion, it's not just about apps, it's about evolution. It's about reclaiming the digital world to save humanity, not the algorithm. If the opposition fears that this platform will trap us further into screens, we say no. They free us. They take the hours we already spend online and transform them into progress, learning, and community. Because at the end, then, the true purpose of social media is not to make us sin, but make us grow. And for that reason, with evidence, reason, and conviction, we stand proudly in affirmation. So this is my argument about. So thank you very much. Sorry for if I being a mixed mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.